Hi, it's Al Condeluci again. Welcome back to our video series produced by UCP class of Pittsburgh. Today we're really going to talk about understanding community. Many agencies and organizations that serve people who are vulnerable, both people with disabilities or other kinds of vulnerabilities, oftentimes talk about being community-based agencies. But in reality, many of us haven't thought very much about community, about what it means, about how we define it, about how we can use it. We at UCP class in Pittsburgh have been doing a lot of thinking about community and how we can actually not only understand community, but help people build a community capacity. Now, in order to really understand the notion of community, it's important that we define community. So let me give you a very simple, rudimentary introduction to community. Community is a network, that means it's more than one person, of different people who come together regularly for something in common. So in community and understanding community, difference is a critical variable. No question that there is difference in our communities. Everywhere you look, we have unique kinds of things. So difference is a natural ingredient in community. But another key ingredient in understanding community is regularity. Community is really about people coming again and again and again. Community is really not one snapshot in time. It's really when people come again and again and again. And then finally, people come to community to do something in common. So what I want to do is really examine these issues in a strategic way as we think about agencies and services to people with disabilities. The very first thing that brings us to community is commonality. Every community that you belong to, your church, you're a club or a group or an association, where you work, your family, those are a group of people who have a commonality with you, to you. The commonality might be an interest in, I don't know, music, and you're part of a music club, or a reading club, or a golf league. But there's a commonality that you share with every other member of that community. Now, when you come to community, the very first thing that happens is you get impacted by difference. That is, you see people who might be different from you, that you literally begin to gauge how do I fit with these people. So difference is a natural ingredient in community, and difference isn't bad, it's just natural, it's just a typical part of community. The thing, however, about these two phenomena that we've come to understand here at UCP class is that commonality brings you to the table, and commonality creates a bonding with other people, but differences actually stop you in your tracks. Literally, when you discover something different about a person, and that difference might be something overt, that is, if you see a person who's dressed very differently, or a person who has a different cultural look than you, that difference is very, very dramatic. We call that overt. But what happens with difference is that it stops us in our tracks. And in many cases, difference creates a push away. If you stop and you think about relationships in your life, what has bonded you with people is the commonality you share with them. But what has actually pushed you back is the differences that you experience. Now, what mitigates this? Two ingredients, and they're right up here on the smartboard. Two simple ingredients. That is regularity and commonality. What we mean by that is if you commit to a community venue on a regular basis, soon as you come the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, as you come to that community again and again and again for commonality that you experience with people, differences matter less. They actually get smaller. They dissipate. Stop and think about some of the strange people that, I don't know, you work with. I'm talking about your coworkers. And when you first met them, there was maybe something about them that was really strange. But when you came to work the second day, and the third day, and the fourth day, that regularity began to mitigate the polarizing effects of the difference. So we at UCP class really feel strongly that to build community, if we really call ourselves community-based agencies, require that we understand community. that understanding a community is how can we find the common aspects that people we serve have with other people in the general community. That's number one. But secondly, and we've got to remember the very important lesson about regularity. Because when people go into community, when they become a part of the community, we want to find a place where they can go again and again and again. And as they do that, as they go again and again and again, their commonality and regularity begin to mitigate the differences they might experience because of their disabilities. So I want to thank you for an opportunity to listen and think a little bit about this notion of community. Please know that if you're interested in learning more about what UCP class is doing in building community, you can visit our website, you can Google us, you can take a look at some of the books and articles that we have out about the concept of community. Good luck in your work, keep out there, let's build a community where everybody belongs. Thank you.